Hey, how's it going, beautiful people? You guys are watching Some For All, a place where you guys can watch some My Hero Academia CCG videos for all of you amazing people around the world. My name is Ryan, and today we are going to be continuing the Tenya Iida card series. Last time we talked about his foundations, we talked about his character card, and in today's video we're going to be talking about his attacks. But I have to mention, guys, thank you so much for all of the subs. Guys, we're almost at 50 subscribers. I'm so excited. The game's not even out yet. This just motivates me. It makes me want to grind even harder. I really appreciate it, guys. So thank you so much. If you guys aren't already subscribed, well, I mean, if you guys want to go plus ultra, I don't know if you guys read the instruction manual, but you got to hit that subscribe button. It's a prerequisite to go plus ultra. So go ahead and click that now so you can go plus ultra later. But with that being said, let's continue talking about Tenya Iida. Now, I do have to make one quick correction from my first video. In my first video, I mentioned that Tenya Iida's first response, your opponent had to commit their foundation as a cost. I have to give a huge shout out to Nick Reagan. Now, Nick Reagan is somebody who's been basically following my channel from almost day one, and he's someone that's been extremely kind and extremely informative about everything in terms of UFS and by proxy My Hero Academia CCG. He knows a lot of the rulings, he knows how the cards work, and he kindly pointed out to me. So this is what Nick said in terms of the correction for what I said in my first video. He said your rival can still play enhances if they are fully committed. He isn't adding a cost to play an enhance, rather he's committing them for his effect. If they play an enhance while tapped out, meaning that they used all their foundations are committed, Iida's effect will just fizzle because there's nothing to commit. So that means that Iida's first effect isn't as strong as I thought it was. And once again, shoutouts to Nick. Yeah, Nick's explanation actually makes it a lot more balanced, because I was gonna say that definitely seems really strong. Don't get me wrong, I still think Tenya Iida is gonna be a really strong card. In fact, Nick, somebody who has played the standard retro format, has said that he probably thinks, or he thinks that Tenya Iida probably is going to be A tier as well. He's gonna be a solid character card in this format. So again, I think Tenya Iida is gonna be really good, but probably not as broken as I initially thought. But with that being said, let's get into the attacks. Alright, now let's start talking about Iida's attack. So the first attack is Reciprocal Extend. Now, at face value, this does not look like that good of a card, right? It's 4 speed mid with only 4 damage. Extremely mediocre at best. But let's get into his enhance effects. So his first enhance is your next kick attack this turn gets +2 speed and +2 damage. Not bad, right? The second enhance is draw a card. Again, not bad. +1. Anytime you could draw a card, not a bad thing, right? So, in terms of Reciprocal Extend, this is going to be the card that you use to start off your combos, because its first enhance effect is going to allow your next attack to get +2 speed and +2 damage. That's where the fun is really going to start. So this is just to set up your combos. So that being said, what would be the next potential card that you might use? Well, maybe you might want to use Engine Rush. Now, before we get into the stats of Engine Rush, we'll see that there's actually a couple keywords that I don't think I've touched on this channel. And again, if I do mess up on anything here, you guys can correct me in the comment section below, and I will be sure to clarify that with any of my viewers, because I want to make sure I'm getting the most accurate information out there. Now, the two keywords on Engine Rush that I want to point out is the EX1 and the Powerful 2. Now, what these two keywords mean is that you can choose to discard momentum in order to get additional effects for this card. So for EX, you would discard whatever number it says beside the EX in order for that card to get increased speed. And then same thing for Powerful, but instead of speed, it would be power, it would be damage. So for this card, you can choose to discard 1 momentum and get +1 speed, or you can choose to discard 2 powerful. You could choose to discard 2 momentum and get +2 power. And I believe that this actually happens when you play the attack, and it happens right before the enhance step. So that is one thing that I need further clarification on. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. But if it's not, then of course, guys, please go ahead and correct me, and I would clarify that. But with that being said, Engine Rush is a 5 mid, 5 damage. So again, it can be blocked by pretty much, or not pretty much every card in the game, because it can be blocked by a high, mid, or low. But things get interesting when we talk about its enhances, right? So its first enhance is commit 1 foundation. If this attack is not blocked, draw 2 cards. Really good, really strong, right? Again, more cards, the better. The second enhance is end this enhance step. Now this is where things get fun, because similarly to his previous foundation that could end the enhance step, this is a card that is on the attack itself that you can end the enhance step, which means your opponent goes straight into the block step when you play this. That's actually really fun and really good, right? Because let's create this scenario. Let's create this chain of attacks, this combo of attacks, right? So we have Tenya Iida, where he has his response where after an attack is played, it can get +3 speed or -3 speed, right? If it's your attack, your opponent has to commit 1 foundation each time they want to play an enhance ability during the enhance step. Cool. We don't care about that. We care about that first part. After an attack is played, it gets +3 speed. So first off, let's say that we go with Reciprocal Extend as our first attack, right? It gets blocked. It doesn't matter. We just care about that first enhance. So our next kick attack gets +2 speed and +2 damage. We go ahead and play Engine Rush. Engine Rush is a 5/5, but because we played Reciprocal Extend the previous attack, it actually boosts up to 7 speed and 7 power. Now it's not too bad, right? Of course, we have the option of using EX1, Powerful 2, in order to further boost that up as well, to potentially get it higher. But for this potential scenario's sake, let's say we go ahead and don't use that. So right now it's 7/7. Now as a response, because we played an attack, we could use Tenya Iida, in which we can boost it by 3 speed. So now it could potentially be a 10 speed mid with 7 attack. So it's a 10 speed mid with 7 attack. That is absolutely nuts, right? But then you can also have other foundations like Natural Leader, where you can make it so your kick gets +2 speed, so that it goes to +12. And of course, this probably seems extremely unrealistic, something you're not going to do, but it's just to show the combo potential, right? Then you have Heroic Lineage, in which that you can then, if your attack receives a speed bonus this turn, which it did because we got a speed bonus from our character card, it then gets +2 damage, which means that this one single card would essentially be a +12 speed, or not +12, it would be 12 speed with 9 damage if my math is correct up until this point. I mean, that's really hard to block, but again, 9 damage is just 9 damage. That's a lot of resources to commit just to do 9 damage. So it's not the best thing, but it is something that can be done, right? Which I think is pretty cool. Then we look at Flying Thruster Kick. Now this one also has an EX2, which means you can go ahead and discard 2 momentum in order for it to get +2 speed. This one is a high attack, so it can only be blocked high or mid. And it has two enhance effects. In fact, one is a deadlock enhance. So the first enhance is that this attack gets +2 damage. So right off the bat, it gets +2 damage. So it becomes a 4 speed, 6 damage. Not bad, right? And then of course, obviously if you use the EX, it could be a 6 speed, 6 damage. Only playable if this attack has received a speed bonus. Now of course, it's really easy for Flying Thruster Kick to get a speed bonus. Because we have our character card, Tenya Iida, where we can easily give it +3 speed. Boom, right off the bat, that effect is online. If that is online, we can go ahead and use Heroic Lineage, in which, because it received a speed bonus, it also gets an additional +2 damage. And so because of that, it actually gets +4 damage. So now you're looking at a card that is significantly faster because you have the EX, and you also have Tenya Iida's character card effect, boosting it up to what, 9 speed potentially right off the bat, just because of those two. And then on top of that, you get 8 damage, right? So that's not too bad. But then you have the Deadlock enhance, in which you add the top 2 cards of your deck to your momentum, so that way you can start fueling your EX, you can start fueling your powerful. Now Deadlock enhance, or deadlock in general, means that your opponent needs to have 10 foundations on their board. They need to have 10 foundations in their card pool. In their staging area, not their card pool. They need to have 10 cards in their staging area. So that's one thing that is important to point out, because it says deadlock there. Doesn't mean that every time, every enhanced step you could do it. I mean, technically you can, as long as they have that, right? If they have less, or if they end up destroying their foundations, whatever it may be, you won't be able to use this effect. So with all that being said, Tenya Iida has some really cool interactions. He can pump stuff up. He can play offensively. He can play defensively. It's going to be really interesting to see how people build him. Overall, I'm super excited to play this deck. Let me know in the comment section if you guys are. And stay tuned, guys, because I have a ton more My Hero Academia CCG videos coming your way. I do know the Ochako stuff is out. I do know that the rest of the Shigaraki stuff has come out as well. I did promise I would do Ochako next, so I will be covering Ochako's cards tomorrow, and then after that we will be going over Shigaraki's. But with that being said, guys, hope you guys all have an amazing day. Hope you guys all subscribe, like, and share with a friend. But what is most important of all is I hope you guys go Plus Ultra. Really hope so. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.